You all are here. You are going to the Buddha. You are going to the Dhamma, and you are going to the Sangha as your refuge. There are three gems in our practice to encounter. The first is the Buddha gem. The second is the Dhamma gem. What is the Dhamma? You understand Dhamma as teaching, the teachings of the Buddha. The Dhamma actually means what the Buddha realized at the moment of his enlightenment and what he taught to all beings. That is the Dhamma. So Dhamma does not mean only those we find in the books, but also those that many people experience during their meditation. In other words, the Dhamma means Mega, Phala, Nibbana, and Pariyatti. Path, fruition, Nibbana, and his teachings. There are four paths, four Mega, four fruition, four Phala, Nibbana, and the teachings. So when we say Dhamma, we mean all these 10 things. That is when we say Dhamma with regard to the triple gems. So when you take the triple gem, Tisarana, you need to go very deeply to this triple gem. First, you need to understand, you need to realize the Dhamma. And if you realize the Dhamma, you see and you realize Buddha and the Sangha, the real practitioner. I'm going to the Buddha as my refuge. I'm going to the Dhamma as my refuge. I'm going to the Sangha as my refuge. You have to deeply and sincerely go to the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha as your refuge. Can you follow me? I'm going to the Buddha as my refuge. I'm going to the Dhamma as my refuge. I'm going to the Sangha as my refuge. So you have to deeply go to the triple gem. If you practice Dhamma, you understand more deeply. The word Dhamma has many meanings. We cannot translate the word Dhamma by one English word. So the meaning here is with the context. We must understand the meaning of the word according to the context, according to where it is used. So when we say the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, we mean the Dhamma, that is the path, fruition, Nibbana, and also his teaching. Or in other words, the Dhamma means what he realized, what the Buddha realized at the moment of his enlightenment, and also what his disciple realized at the moment of enlightenment, and also what the Buddha taught to the world. That is the Dhamma. Now, how big is the body of the teaching? It is said that Buddha talked very fast during the time when an ordinary person says one word. The Buddha could say 120 words. Unbelievable. There are people nowadays who talk very, very fast. Instead, we understand them. So with the speech, Buddha taught for 45 years every day. So his teaching would be very, very great. There are so many teaching of the Buddha that sometimes we might say that there are too many things to know. We can hope to understand his teaching, but on one occasion,
Recording in progress.
Buddha summarized his teaching in just one verse. You're very familiar this verse. Many of you already know what that verse is. That verse epitomizes all the teaching of the Buddha. The verse is very simple. Sabba papasa akaranan kusalasa upasambada. Sachaita briyos dabanam etam bodhana sasanam. That means not to do any evil, to cultivate good, to purify one's mind. This is the teaching of the Buddha. So there are only three things, very simple to understand, but very, very difficult to put into practice. Buddha said not to do any evil, do not do what is bad. We sometimes do what is bad, or we often do what is bad. Cultivate good, do what is good. Sometimes we don't want to cultivate good, lazy to practice. We don't want to do what is good. So Buddha said, do what is good. That is practicing charity, keeping moral precepts, practicing meditation. That is what is meant by cultivate good. and then purify your mind. Our minds are always contaminated with impurities. So Buddha asked his followers to purify their minds. When mind is purified, the person experiences total happiness. So if we can just follow these three pieces of advice, we would be the most happy people in the world, not to do any evil, to cultivate good and purify one's mind. This is the teaching of the Buddha. We need to follow this teaching. Buddha did not just say, purify your mind. He taught us what to do to achieve the purifications of mind. He gave us 3 steps to be practiced one after another along the path to spiritual attainment. The first of these steps in Pali is called Sila, moral purity. Moral purity is the basic of all spiritual practice. Sila, moral purity means purity of bodily actions and purity of verbal actions. We do not do anything wrong with our bodies, and we do not do anything wrong with our speech. That is, we abstain from killing, we abstain from stealing, we abstain from sexual misconduct, and we abstain from daily lies, backbiting, and so on. The second stage Buddha taught is samadhi, or purity of mind. Purity of mind through concentration. So concentration of mind is the second stage to practice. In order to practice concentration, there are a number of subjects of meditation. You may be very familiar how to develop your concentration. And that stage is called Panya, wisdom. Actually, wisdom here means the knowledge of the true nature of Namarupa, the knowledge of the true nature of body and mind, the knowledge of the true nature of psychophysical phenomena, and also the knowledge of the Four Noble Truths. The truth of suffering, the truth of the origin of suffering, the truth of the cessation of suffering, and the truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering. So this third step, wisdom, Wisdom is actually the outcome of the second step, concentration. And concentration is based on the first step, sila or moral purity. So if we want to reach the highest stage of spiritual achievement, we have to go through these steps one by one. Without achieving the first one, moral purity, sila, we cannot hope to reach purity of mind. Without purity of mind, which is concentration samadhi, we cannot hope to gain the knowledge of the true nature of mind and body. And we cannot hope to penetrate into the Four Noble Truths, Dukkha Sitya, Samudaya Sitya, Nirodha Sitya, and Mega Sitya. We cannot penetrate into these Four Noble Truths. So Buddha gave us this, let us call it a blueprint for the spiritual growth of his disciple. If we follow these three steps, Sila, Samadhi, and Pinya, morality, concentration, and wisdom, we are sure to reach our final stage of spiritual attainment. So now you understand what is Dhamma, and also you practice Dhamma, you practice meditation. At the same time, you understand the qualities of Dhamma. There are 6 qualities of the Dhamma. Sakhato, Bhagavata, Dhammo, etc. You are very familiar to these qualities of the 6 qualities of the Dhamma. So can you open your book, page 11. Dhamma guna, qualities of the Dhamma. Can you follow me, Pali? Sakhato, Bhagavata Dhammo, Sandetiko, Akaliko, Ehipasiko, Opaneyiko, Pachatam, Veditabo, Venyuhi. Translation, can you follow me? Well expounded is the teaching of the Buddha. Sandetiko. Dhamma is self-evident. Dhamma can be experienced by oneself. Akaliko. Dhamma is immediately beneficial. Here and now, without delay. Ehipasiko. Dhamma is worthy to invite one to come and see through empirical knowledge. Opanayiko. Dhamma is worthy to keep and carry with oneself. Pachatan veditabo venyuhi. Dhamma is worthy for wise people to experience individually. So during the practice, you understand more and more clearly the qualities of the Dhamma. Sakhato Bhagavata Dhammo. The teaching of the Buddha is well expounded. The teaching of the Buddha is the best preached teaching. The entirety of the Buddha dispensation is endowed with goodness in all three parts. The beginning is good, the middle is good, and the ending is the good. There is not even a tiny part that is not good. Why is Dhamma is so great? The reason Dhamma is so great is because the teaching are expressed with very meaningful words. The words used to expound the disposition of the Buddha are pleasant, elegant, and delightful. And they are organized in such a way that wise people cannot find fault. So they praise Dhamma. The meaning of the Dhamma brings about true benefits, prosperity, peace, and happiness. There is no part that is not good in the Dhamma. It is simply superior. And three excellent parts of the Buddha teaching: listening to the Dhamma is excellent, practicing the Dhamma is excellent, and getting the benefits of the Dhamma is excellent. Because all three of these parts are superior, the Dhamma is complete with three excellent parts. The second quality, Sanditthiko. Dhamma can be experienced by yourself. Dhamma is to be realized. Dhamma is worth knowing and seeing for yourself. It means Megaphala and Nirvana, that meditators see for themselves without taking someone else's words for it. So in the Buddha dispensation, Nirvana is the principal elements that must be experienced for ourselves. If we experience the peace of Nirvana, we know that the endless future suffering in samsara will be extinguished. Within ourselves, we clearly know the occurrence of mega and phala that can see Nirvana. Not only do we know mega phala and Nirvana, but when practicing the training that leads to mega and phala, we distantly see the way mind and matter arise and pass away with our own vipassana knowledge. There's no need to say that what is experienced along the way from the start to the practice until reaching nirvana is also quite satisfying. So Santitika Dhamma can be experienced by oneself. Another quality is akaliko. Dhamma gives immediate results. There will be results without delay. This akalika quality is concerned only with the four megas. As soon as one of the four mega consciousness occurs, it results, that is phala consciousness, immediately follows. Mega is the wholesome cause and phala is the result. Mega cuts off our mental defilements. Phala experience the peace and happiness of being free from those defilements. And other types of wholesomeness, however, give result only in future lives. Another qualities of Dhamma is ehipasiko. Dhamma is worthy of invitation to come and see. Dhamma that is worth inviting others to come and try. It means that because this Dhamma is both obvious and extremely pure and clean, it is worthy of inviting your friends, your family members, and others to come and try. Megaphala and Nirvana are Dhammas that can be seen clearly, distantly, and obviously in your own streams of consciousness. Like the full moon shining brilliantly on a crystal clear night, so attractive, you cannot take your eyes off it. They are extremely pure and faultless. That is why ehipasiko is the quality of inviting others to come and see. to come and try. Another quality is opanayiko. Dhamma is worthy to keep and carry with ourselves, and Dhamma is fit to be brought to ourselves. Dhamma is worth embedding in our mind. It means if we do not possess this Dhamma already, it is worth putting forth, putting effort to obtain it. Megaphala and Nibbana leads to the extinguishing of suffering, and it is truly greatest well-being we can have for ourselves. So what could be more fitting than to achieve this Dhamma? That is why Buddha reminded us again and again how crucial it is to try and get this Dhamma. Just as it is important for a person with a spear impaled in their chest to try to remove it, or as it is important for a person whose head is on fire to extinguish it, it is appropriate for a person who see the dangers of samsara to remove sakaya deity, wrong view of self, straightway with steadfast mindfulness. So we must practice opanayika. We must bring the Dhamma. We must keep the Dhamma. We must carry the Dhamma with ourselves. We must practice opanayika and establish it within ourselves. When we practice the four foundations of mindfulness with steadfast sati, we can reach Megaphala and Nibbana. If meditators reach the first stage of Sotapanna, Sakaya Ditti and Vijigaccha, wrong view of self and skeptical doubt will be eradicated. If we practice the method of Satipatthana taught by the Buddha, stage by stage, like this, then when these Dhamma become developed, suffering is extinguished and Nibbana can be attained. The last qualities of the Dhamma is Pachatang Veditabo Venyuhi. Dhamma is worthy for wise people to experience individually. Pachatang Veditabo Venyuhi means the Dhamma that wise people experience and know respectively. In other areas, learned people who are skilled in theoretical knowledge are called Venyu. However, the qualities of Pechatam Viditabo is not concerned with those people. Only Arya, only noble person who know with mega knowledge are called Wenyu. Those wise Arya beings know by means of Pichavakana Jnana, reviewing knowledge, that mega impala has occurred within their streams of consciousness and that they attained Nibbana. They enjoy the flavor of Nibbana through pala absorption. In experiencing and knowing in this way, they each see their own respective Nibbana by means of their own respective mega impala. So Pechatam, each in one's own respective consciousness is experienced. So Dhamma qualities during the practice you will understand more clearly and deeply. And you all are practicing Satipatthana, Vipassana meditation, all the benefits you understand. Satana Visuddhiya, for the purification of the minds. The minds of all beings are tainted with mental defilements. Our minds are contaminated by different defilements. Most of the time, our minds are not pure. There are attachment or craving, greed, hatred, anger, ignorance, pride, envy, jealousy, and so forth. Attachment defile our minds. The Satipatthana method helps to purify our minds. See the natural phenomena as they really are. You can extinguish these mental defilements. This is the only way for the purifications of the minds of all beings. When you practice Vipassana meditation, you do not have greed or hatred or delusion or pride or other mental defilements. All these defilements are absent from your mind during the practice of meditation. And when you have reached the destination, then your mind will be totally free from mental defilements. By going along this path, you will reach the highest stage of attainment. Your mind will be totally pure. Sokapari Devana Samadhikamaya. sorrow and lamentation can be overcome by this meditation. When you practice vipassana meditation, you are instructed to be aware of everything that is happening to you, to notice everything that comes to you at the present moment. When you are aware of everything, when you observe everything during your meditation, the defilements will disappear. And when meditators reach the final stage of arahathood, yogi we have overcome sorrow and lamentation altogether. After yogi have reached such a stage, sorrow and lamentation will never come to them again. There are many persons whose sorrow and lamentation have been overcome by the practice of Satipatthana Vipassana meditation. Dukkha Domanasana Attingamaya. Disappearance of pain and grief. Pain means physical pain and grief means mental pain. Physical pain and mental pain can be overcome by Vipassana meditation. When you have sat for some time, you feel pain in the body, but when you persevere in watching the pain, or when you are taking note of pain, your concentration becomes powerful, then the pain will go away and you will have overcome pain. You can also overcome grief through the practice of vipassana meditation. When you have reached the highest stage, you will have overcome pain and grief once and for all. Nyayasa Digamaya, for reaching the noble path. The noble path here means a type of consciousness that appears at the moment of realization. When meditators realize the truth, which is Nibbana, there arises in them a type of consciousness that is called path consciousness, Megacita, very powerful. It is called Megacita because when yogi have reached this stage of consciousness, he or she can be certain to reach Nirvana on this path. It surely will lead there. There are four stages of realization, and so there are four types of path consciousness. Each path consciousness eradicates some mental defilements completely so that after reaching the fourth path consciousness, all of them are altogether eradicated. The mental defilements eradicated by path consciousness will not return to you. For reaching the noble path, for attaining the type of consciousness that can eradicate the mental defilements altogether. Satipatthana Vipassana meditation is the only way. Ekayana. Nibbanasa Sichikiriyaya. For the realizations of Nibbana. We can say that reaching the noble path means reaching the state of path consciousness. And realizing Nibbana means reaching the state of fruition consciousness. Immediately after the path consciousness comes the fruition consciousness. So in brief, the Buddha said, this is the only way to purify your mind, to overcome sorrow and lamentation, to overcome pain and grief, to reach the noble path, and to realize Nibbana. And what is this only way? This only way is none other than the way of the four foundations of mindfulness. So you are contemplating the Kaya, Vedana, Citta, Dhamma. You are contemplating the Kaya, body, Vedana, feeling, Citta, consciousness, and Dhamma. Or you are contemplating the five aggregates of clinging, Upadana Khanda, the same. And you are observing the seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and knowing occurring at the six senses, or you are observing the truth of suffering, or are the same. So we have to stop our discourse for today by practicing vipassana meditation, by observing every phenomena occurring at the six senses, by noting, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and knowing, thinking, continuously and meticulously. May all yogis realize and real peace. May all yogis be liberated from all suffering. Sadhu, sadhu.